Hello everybody and welcome here on this Sunday. Yesterday we had Division 7 and Division 6 finals. Now we're here with Division 5. My name is Samu, I will be the host for today, and I am joined for this beautiful Division 5 by the legend, Joy K. She has been doing lots and lots of casts and heroes stuff in general, so definitely check out her page if you are looking for something. I know there's also a Saria guide with Rutsu together and stuff, so maybe you can find something there. And on next to her with Istrabil, one of the players who brings the annoying into jungle. So welcome guys.
Thanks for having us.
Thank you, Samu.
And first of all, before we look into which teams we have here, as we already see those burgers against Fat Nova, we can have a look at the bracket. And looking at the bracket for Division 5, we do see Fat Nova against Delta Squadron, Beehive against Lost Unicorn, but not decent against Not Stonks Esports, Jaina the Frost Mage, and those burgers. A lot of well-known name who has been around for quite some time. Fat Nova, especially one of those, managed to win 3-1 against Delta Squadron, 3-2 against the Lost Unicorns, and this way made their way to the finals. And on the other side, those burgers with a 3-1 against Jaina the Frost Mage, and then a 3-1 against Not Unsophisticated but Decent, making it themselves as well into those finals. Are they your favorites from looking at the bracket? I know, Istrabil, you have looked a little bit through Division 5 this season.
Yeah, I have been in and around that division, and I think Fat Nova should be the favorites for this game because they had the second position in the division, so I think they are fairly they should be a little bit confident coming into here. But again, it's a final, so there's chances for both teams.
Couldn't agree more. Then I'll have to go with those burgers, I suppose. But I will, because they play Tyrande. So I will back them up and be like, go burgers. And some interesting pocket picks. And I hope we can see some pocket picks from both of these teams here.
Insert joke about the name being some food. Anyways, let's go into the team stats. As we first of all have here Fat Nova. The most picked heroes are Vala, which is not too surprising. She has been seen a lot of play in the recent time, especially with double support now making more and more of a revival. And then very interesting, Muradin as a very high choice tank for them. He has not been around too much, but some tank players do still really like him, and he's still a means to jump into your team, maybe even with a light bomb on top of him.
Oh, that is spicy.
And then,
yeah, it's always a possibility. And it's interesting that they have Vala 16 games. That's half of the games that they've played. They have a Vala in it. So let's see how those burgers decide to do it in the future.
Yeah, I think if we mention it now, that we might see a ban priority on it. The hero has seen some nerfs since the rework, but I think she's still very, very strong. Auto attack build taking the lead here, being the most oppressive right now. Having played it a little bit myself lately, I think it can be so free if the enemy team has no dive to get on top of you. But the thing I'm most interested in is these pocket picks. We see the Vikings as well as Mephisto and Nazeebo, two very late game mages, and then Vikings, which are overall a menace to deal with. What do you think about that?
Yeah, for sure. The Vikings can be super annoying, especially we see in the most played maps, they play Towers of Doom a lot. So Vikings and Towers of Doom, that's always scary and something that you do not want to play against, especially when they try to interrupt all the altars and put so much pressure on you, actually. But yeah, they've also played on Volskaya. They've played BOE a lot. So yeah, maybe we'll see some of those maps. Maybe we'll see a half an hour of Volskaya again. Who knows? But yeah, I guess we can go into those burgers, and they have played a lot of the Haka and Tyrande, as you said before, Joy.
Ooh, the Haka!
Woo, Tyrande! Yeah, it's funny how both our mains are in their most picked heroes. So I feel like, Samu, you have to also back up the burgers here.
Not only because
I
they
do feel
tasted,
that.
but also they got good licks apparently.
Love
Looking
to
at
see
their
me some
pocket
tongue
picks,
action.
we do see also Kel'Thuzad Morganis there, so maybe a sleep into Kel'Thuzad combo is a very thing they do sometimes.
They are incredibly strong together, and I hope to see it. Not gonna lie, I hope to see it.
Yeah, I mean that's also super annoying when they get a combo down. If you don't have cleanse, you might as well be as good as that. And for the most played maps, they also have BOE there, so maybe that's going to be a high priority map for both of them. And they feel comfortable on it. So hopefully we see how what they show us there. And they've also played Shrines and Tomb of the Spire Queen. So let's see if we get one of those there.
Indeed. Fun fact about BOE, even though it is considered more snowballing map, we yesterday had a 32-minute game on Battlefield of Eternity.
32 minutes? Jesus.
But
Okay.
yeah,
I would like to see the replay of that.
talking about maps, it was one team having like no race, but then they won team fights in the late game.
Oh no.
Okay.
But yeah, talking about maps, let's jump over to the map screen.
Yeah, so we've mentioned a few of these maps before: Towers of Doom, and Battlefield of Eternity, the 32-minute game. The Sophia, the game that we hope we don't see today. But yeah, let's just go over the map bans here, maybe, Samu, and see what the teams have decided to ban.
Indeed, Fatnova got the first map pick, and Dos Burgas the first hero picks. So we do see from Fatnova banning out Battlefield of Eternity and Tomb of the Spider Queen. So
They also didn't want a 32-minute game.
Maybe they didn't. Dos Burgas banned out Dragonshire and Towers of Doom and Fatnova. Even though they do not want to have a 32-minute Battlefield of Eternity game, they might want to have a 32-minute Volskaya Foundry game. As this map has been known for taking a little bit longer than other maps, as the objective is rather weak, especially earlier on in the game. And there are also no others like chems and source of ways to really push in the lanes and get those structures.
Yeah.
Someone in chat just said it was a 5 support comp. I'm really curious now to see that. I want to see it. I want to see it in this finals. 5 supports.
Yes, please. Once again. But yeah, Volskaya, I mean, it's the first games, I think they want a nice, slow, chilly warm-up game, and then just pump up the action in the further games, just get it slow, get a grip on all the heroes, get the warm hands, and then just go for it afterwards. Yeah, let's see how it goes.
And that we shall. As I think we are ready, and we are about to head into our first game in this best out of 5. So for newcomers here, best out of 5 means that there will be a maximum of 5 games played, and the first team to win 3 games will ultimately win the series. So.
Indeed, and we are ready to jump in. Also,
there we go.
Fun fact about best of 5s with Heroes in Heroes Lounge. There are 2 map bans per team. That's 4 map bans, and best of 5. This is a total of 9 maps. So 1 map is untouched.
Ooh.
Uh-huh.
Interesting. Let's hope it's Garden.
No. I like Garden. I think I'm literally the only person that likes Garden. Anyone else in chat that really likes Garden of Terror? Maybe I just enjoy playing Macro or playing Tyrande on Garden of Terror and just throwing out these super long range owls.
Ooh, yeah, that's spicy.
I'm not sure if in chat, but I know a team which is also liking Garden of Terror. And also we did see Garden of Terror yesterday being played, and therefore I had to pull in the draft screen yesterday. But yeah. But for now, let's look at Volskaya Foundry game number 1. Dos Burgas in the blue if you think they will win, exclamation mark bet A in the number of points you want to bet on them, or exclamation mark bet B if you think Fatnova will be the winners, not how kick.
Yeah, alright. Taking their time with the first ban, absolutely. But the Stukov is the first one to go. Stukov still very oppressive healer, definitely on Volskaya Foundry. I've seen casted games where that Stukov silence on the points for like these little camps, third camp, healing camp. It's just so oppressive. Combine that with the low blow and with that rework level 13 talent, it hungers so I can get the resets. Yeah, that's no fun.
Yeah, for sure. That's really impressive. And let's see what Fatnova decided to ban now. In answer to that, they said to go for a Garrosh ban, which is pretty interesting. I mean, Garrosh can get the picks, easy isolation, and can be really oppressive. But it's interesting because I don't think that those burgers have played Garrosh that much. So maybe they are just really scared of the hero on the side of Fatnova.
Yeah, maybe it's just something that they don't feel like they have to they want to deal with, and they don't want to counterpick it, so they might as well just ban it.
Yeah, maybe
It's a solid
they're thinking
strategy.
of a strategy is something that Garage just counters and they wanna go for it in the drafts. Yeah, let's see.
Yeah.
Leoric we see as a second ban for those burgers. So what do you think of that, Jay?
I'm having my thoughts here. I'm still in the middle of the process. I'm thinking Leoric, amazing late game hero. Of course, we have that potentially. The Buried Alive at level 20, but I've seen the so-called Sakisaki build with the March of the March of the Black King coming out to play much more as well. Maybe that's more of a Storm League thing though. We have to see that as Junkrat also gets removed. Of course, a really good hero for isolating, and the Vala once again remains open.
And we know that Fat Nova liked the Val a lot, so we see a good counterpick here by the side of the Spurs. I mean, they've played it also. So, yeah, I mean, nice strategy to deny the pick that Fat Nova wanted a lot, I figure.
Yeah,
And
we're
also-
starting with a really meta pick. I'm really curious how the rest of this draft is going to look.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, Vala can be paired with double support, and that's super aggressive. Or we can go for like a triple melee or something, and there's a lot of possibilities for that.
We
We
could
see a
see a
deck-
Zarya on this map.
Yeah, for sure. We see a Meridian and a Decker pick on the side of Fat Noah. And I mean, they like their picks a lot. We've seen that Meridian was most pick for them, and they seem to be really comfortable with it. Ooh.
Oh, and it's gonna be my favorite. There she is, Tyrande, alongside Urel. Okay, that might explain the Leoric ban here. Urel suffering a little bit with her lack of mobility as she has to load up her abilities. So Leoric gets to easily land the spooky hand on her. And then Tyrande not really having any sort of response in terms of healing to isolation or to like that live, dead, entomb, that Buried Alive in the end. Unlike Anduin, for example, who can just pull people out.
Yeah, for sure, absolutely. And we see the bans now on the side of Fat Noah. And yeah, I mean, as you said, Tyrande is a really good pick. I like it a lot, actually. And I've seen like more and more Tyrande in the Stormling games right now. So I really expect to see a lot from her. You know, the stance could be really clutch. Let's see what tank they go for. You know, the Fat Noah banned an Overactive, so they're going to need another self-tank. But they're still Variant, for example, and they just can go for some kind of one-shot, for example, with Tyrande with the armor reduction.
Yeah, and the ETC is also still available, which would also be good. A little bit more disruptive than Varian. But I'm curious to see if we're going to see a double support on the side of Burgers. We're going to see Blaze and Sylvanas, right? Very beefy front line here.
Yeah, for sure. That's going to be tough to go through. And Bunker also provides a lot of safety, complemented by the Deckard Sleep, right? It's going to be hard to penetrate the defenses of the Fat Noah. So let's see what Burgers go for here. I mean, they have two picks still, one DPS and one tank. I mean, normally, if they decide to go standard. And yeah, let's see what they do.
We're going to see it now. It's the Diablo and the Phoenix. Alright, double auto attacker with the Diablo. Diablo a little bit trickier to follow up on. Doesn't have that point and click engage. So everything will be based on skill shots here. But Diablo is a little bit better at peeling maybe than Varian, for example.
Yeah, so and a spicy Mephisto last week. And I mean, Mephisto on Volskaya, I think it's really huge. He has so much damage. And if they decide to contest those points, he's going to dish out a lot of DPS per. So yeah, let's see. So what do you think, Joy? What draft do you like more?
Yeah, even though I really like Tyrande, I think I'm still going to go with Fat Nova for this one. I think they've done a really nice, clever draft. They may lack a little bit of single target damage, but we'll see what comes out of the Sylvanas build-wise. And yeah, we'll see.
Sam?
Indeed, we shall see. I also believe that Fat Nova's draft is having quite an advantage. Those burgers, they trying to play around one-shot with Tyrande Diablo, but Vala Phoenix do not have those one-shot burst damage, which you need against Merlin Blaze. So it's probably looking around trying to punish the Mephisto when he teleports in, when he comes back, to then have a stun on him with Tyrande and then the follow-up. I think this is the main way how those burgers would be able to get a kill and to win the game. But as we are going into game number 1, take it away, Istra, enjoy.
Thank you, Samu, and we'll see you after the game again.
Yep.
All right.
So you want to start, Jay?
I will start with the team that I just vouched for. Haha, I'm so easy to swap sides when it comes to that. We have Fat Nova in red with our Murden being played by Galgar. Deckard is being played by Wusa. Seelen Fressa on Blaze. B-Boss on Mephisto. And Antorigi, I think I pronounced it like that, on Sylvanas.
And on the left side, we have those burgers with Vision on Diablo, Clive on Hero, Boards Bennett on Vala, Voice on Phoenix, and Disconnect on the Tyrande. Let's get started with game number 1 of this Division 5 Cup Finals. It's going to be exciting, I think.
I think it's definitely going to be exciting. So if you're looking at these level 1 talents that we see coming out now, is there anything that really stands out to you?
We see Vala with the Q build, actually, so they do decide to go for the single target blow-up. So that's interesting. How well are they going to succeed with that? Because there are not really a lot of targets on the side of Fat Nova that can be just blown up, I think. Yeah? Do you see anything interesting?
I mean, we see the stun build coming out for Tyrande, and I think without real proper point-and-click setup, she's going to have to set up a lot of these stuns by herself, which I think is a little bit tricky. I think I would have preferred the owl build here, also having that double slow, double minus damage into the late game damage of Mephisto. I think that would have been nice.
Absolutely, I think it too. And we see both teams going for the turret at minute 1 almost, and really nice discipline there. And let's see if they decide to go to play for the healing camp, or they decide to just chill and play it slow, get some soak, and play for level 20 as they usually do.
Yeah, I think it's gonna come down to who is getting the level 4 first that is gonna start that healing camp.
So, and they decide to just not wait for it. They side of those burgers just go for it instantly. They feel confident that they can just take it and that Fat Nova can't do anything about it.
I mean, they do. Even though they have good poke on the side of Fat Nova, they have to be mindful about the fact that they have Mephisto, which just isn't very strong yet in the early game. Sylvanas is a little bit shorter range, has to step up to Diablo, and it's going to be hard if you have that risk of getting flipped over and stunned and 15 minus armor and boom.
Yeah, for sure. And those burgers actually leashing the objective, and now Fat Nova are taking over. And, getting the first healing camp. Interesting to see that. Maybe they maybe they decided that they weren't strong enough, and I mean Mephisto on the point is really oppressive, I think, and if he can damage 4 people but at the same time, he gets so many resets, and it's a force to be reckoned with.
Absolutely, and you also have to take into account that Diablo, of course, doesn't have a lot of souls yet, 33 at the moment, and then Murden has has his full health bar the way it is, so...
Yeah. And we see 5 close already for Blaze. Tyrande with the first stack already, so I mean, that's nice. Just 30 more to go. And people are gonna start playing for the first objective now, which is not really that strong at this time. So let's see if there's a lot of pride on it. Maybe some decide to split push or get value elsewhere with Sylvanas maybe?
Yeah, Sylvanas opted for the dagger talent, so probably not going to be doing a lot of split pushing without the mercenary queen. Let's see.
Yeah, we see both camps taking top. Yeah.
So far, I think it looks like Fat Nova is going to be taking a little bit more of a dominant lead. They're giving up the point here for the team in red to start channeling.
But those burgers clearing up the top camp, and now they have Prior to take the objective again. And Fat Nova are gonna have to give it away. Maybe if those burgers pressure a bit, they can get it. Also, turrets are up, so maybe they decide to go for that. But they seem to just be playing for the objective. And they take control of it at the moment.
They do, even though Fat Nova a little bit ahead in XP here. Oh, we're going to see full Fire Stomp build coming out from Diablo with Spell Shield. Possibly looking at a Lightning Breath at level 10, maybe.
Actually, yeah, I mean, we've seen it in CCL yesterday, the 20 Lightning Breath, so maybe that's a possibility here also. And into the Mephisto damage, with percentage at 16, you do want some more sustain on the side of Diablo. And both teams fighting for the objective. All of items used. That's huge, actually. Let's see who goes away with it. Mephisto doing a huge amount of damage, and it looks like Fat Nova are gonna get away with the point.
They are. I mean, them having two turrets available on the point, and and that's just shredding Diablo alongside the damage from Sylvanas, from the Mephisto. It just does so much, and it's hard before level 10 to sustain this for Tyrande as a solo healer.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, Tyrande can use a lot of her level 4, but that's just single target, right? So they do a lot of damage. It's hard. But we see an engage of Mordin. Is it gonna be enough? No, and the Mephisto counter damage is huge. Phoenix is 500 HP. But they do seem to get away with the point. So it's gonna be a tense one. And maybe somebody gets level 10 and decides it, but Nova tap and are looking to go again for the point. So
they are. I mean, they know that most of the buttons have been used, so they're looking for the re-engage. Galgard throws out the Stormbolt, but doesn't connect anything. Lunar Flare does connect, but no real follow-up. They're looking for the damage here onto Mephisto, but he gets the shade back. Yrel in the back line, taking a lot of damage, tries to load up the hammer, but the hammer isn't really getting much done here, and it looks like Fat Nova is going to take the point back as they are looking halfway to their level 10. They're also securing the first protector of the game.
Yeah, so that's a first small win for Fat Nova. Let's see how much they can get with it, because this first objective, it's not really strong. And we see them already with the split push. Sylvanas, Blaze, and Deck are going bot and get some value there. I like that a lot, honestly.
Yeah, I like that. I think they're going to get the kill here onto Yrel. Clive looking very low, doesn't have that hand of freedom on level 4, so cannot cleanse himself from any roots or slows.
Yeah, meanwhile the objective is also getting the top, and they're getting a huge amount of value all over the map on the side of Fat Nova. Also with level 10, so they can good look to engage potentially here.
Ooh, Phoenix getting out with a slither of health. Just the hearth back.
And meanwhile, we see the ultimates taken. Diablo actually going for Apocalypse, not Lightning Breath, so I'm sad. Valo with the stun ultimate, Tyrande with the Falling Stars, the Starfall, sorry. Phoenix with the Purification Salvo, and Yrel with the Bubble.
We'll make adjustments.
Yeah, on the other side, we have some pretty standard stuff, but really nice wombo combo potential with the Stay a While and Listen, the Endurance of Hatred, and the Wailing Arrow.
So let's see. Actually, I guess Mephisto's gonna take the low 20 W, but maybe if he goes for the silence, that could be powerful.
I mean, that is a 4-second silence. It's practically broken.
Yeah. But on the other side, Tyrande also has the cleanse silence, right? She does cleanses it.
Yeah,
but
if she's not silenced herself.
That is a good point, yes, for sure. And we see Mephisto going for it. He roots Phoenix and Tyrande, but they don't seem to get enough of their team there. So the second healing camp is gonna go for the side of those burgers.
Yeah, maybe a slight miscommunication. Murden didn't quite go in. Sylvanas, of course, still rotating up from the bottom camp. So that is one powerful ulti burned here. This is the time to engage if you are the burgers.
Yeah, for sure. But there's not really much to play for, right? So unless they catch place here bot lane, it's gonna be hard to force a fight for them. And they just go for the turret camp instead.
Yeah, exactly. It's like you would have to loop around on the lane and try to find a big flank, or like here, for example. But now Endurance is almost up again, and it looks like they're just going to take this fort for free. Secure themselves at level 13, and catapults periodically spawning onto the lane. But no, they don't go for it. They decide to back off. Level 13 not quite secured. So we can turn now as we see a gigantic Endurance of Hate The Apocalypse comes out, but it's Valo who gets deleted first. The Silas has to follow up, but Phoenix with the super clutch teleport gets to make it back out. Mephisto's taking some damage and gets slowed by the Starfall, but there is nothing to really secure the kill onto him. As we see Yrel get stunned. Does she have time for the Ardent Defender? Yes, she does. As she is probably gonna walk out left. Don't want to cast a curse. There we go. She's out.
Ooh, almost there. But yeah, a huge counter engage by the side of Fat Nova here, popping the Mephisto ultimate into the Sylvana Silence. I mean, Tyrande just can't deal with all of the damage. And a huge kill. It's actually unfortunate for them as they only get one kill from that really beautiful combo. But yeah, they can finish up the top turret now. And I mean, they should be really happy with that. I mean, also with level 13 engaging, really clean play by the side of Fat Nova, getting the macro advantage and then punishing the side of those burgers for their eagerness to engage.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. 10 seconds until the next point is becoming active. Turrets are about 10 seconds away for... at least for the side of Fat Nova. We see Yrel really dominantly rotating on the enemy's side as the red team is starting to do their turret camp. We are equal talent here, so we can look to see a fight here. As we see the bunker coming out. There comes a root from Deckard. It doesn't connect to anything, but there's a stay a while and listen onto Yrel. The Starfall is there to the answer, but is it going to lead to anything else? No, I don't think so, as the Rain of Vengeance is there to guard the disengage of those burgers.
Yeah, I mean, nice try by those burgers, trying to get a fight with the equal talents, but it doesn't seem to be enough. They don't seem to get quite the combo to get on them, but they are going on the point. Huge Apocalypse, actually, and maybe they can get something here. Phoenix is salving everybody, and maybe they get a kill on Sylvanas. Yes, it is enough, but Tyrande is gonna fall on the other side. Phoenix also dies, and that's gonna be a 2-for-1 for the side of Fat Nova. But they did use 2 turrets, so it's not ideal for them either. But I think they should be happy with it. Maybe they can something else.
Yrel on the bottom side.
Ooh, she's 30 HP. But she's gonna fall. I think Mephisto's there to finish her up. And that's a 30-for-1 fight for the side of Fat Nova. I mean, they should be really happy with it, shouldn't they?
They should be. It was a very, very impressive turnaround, I think. It looked so good on the point with the Apocalypse, Yrel on the point, having the Ardent Defender not available didn't really work out there, though. As Yrel took a lot of damage, managed to stay in the backline for a long time and get the kill on Sylvanas, but then Tyrande falling so fast really turned the fight around for the red team and made sure that they came out on top.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, now level 16 for the side of Fat Nova, they're feeling pretty comfortable. They have a lot of space on the map. Get 2 forts already for the side of them, Fat Nova. Well, but we see Mephisto here super out of position with an aggressive rotation. But he is not going to be punished, it seems like. And the counter engage, but Fat Nova is going to mean that Vala is going to fall. The sleep is huge for people, and Mephisto is doing so much work here in the backline.
I mean, absolutely insane here, as we see Yrel still buying a lot of time to make sure that her backliners get out and are in a safe position before she jumps back out of the fight. Had to use that Ardent Defender, though, to stay there as the healing camp goes back over to Fat Nova. They're not quite picking it up. Not having that level 16 really didn't pay off for them. And even though you have Mephisto out of position, it's always something to think about. How close is the enemy team? Can they rotate fast enough for us to get this kill before they get there? Or are we going to be too slow with this?
Yeah, absolutely. Like, you see that kind of bait a lot, you might say. When somebody's out of position, but your team is not close enough to punish, and then you just get bait into a bad fight overall if you don't get the initial kill. And that's exactly what happened. And it means that Fat Nova are going to get 2 levels advantage right now with the Protector. And I mean, they should be pretty happy with that position. They get mid-fort really quickly, and maybe they can play for the bottom keep or something. Possibly. But they are in the objective, and they get engaged on. Is Blaze gonna fall? No, he's bunkers and he should be pretty safe.
Yeah, Murden in the middle of everyone, still carrying that healing item, pops that avatar, finds the stun here onto Phoenix. Phoenix, no. Nothing available as we see the big stay while listen, followed up by the Wailing Arrow as we see Blaze going back in, gets a double jet propulsion out, but Yrel falls in the backline. Didn't have that Ardent Defender up as we see Diablo looking to peel for his enemies, for his team. Gets stunned, gets deleted as well. What a fantastic team fight here by Fat Nova.
It seems that they're just winning all the team fights that they take. I mean, it's insane. Maybe it could be something with the Burgers draft. Like they have just single target basically, right? And if they take those 5v5, it's gonna be really hard for them. I mean, it is really hard for them to get anything from those fights.
I mean, Wusa with the stay a while and listen
Yeah.
just single-handedly turned that team fight around, and a five-man stay a while and listen. Like
absolutely.
really good play. And the thing is, they don't really have any. They can only peel with Diablo. Like Urel's job is to be in the backline, and that's what she's doing. It's exactly what she's doing. But they have very vulnerable heroes for the backliners here. If you have Tyrande Vala, it's a very strong team setup.
Yeah,
In terms of damage.
yeah,
But that's
sure.
it. But now they have the body blocks here. The bunker is available. It's going to go down, but I think that Blaze is going to be sacrificed. The stun comes out a little bit early, but Blaze is still going to fall. As in the end, very nice pick here from Vision on the Muradin. And they do get to take the camp and get 2 kills, and that's big XP for them.
Yeah, I mean, some hope for the side of Burgers here. Win their first team fight and finally just deleting the Murding almost instantly before the stay away and listen hit from the side of Fat Nova. And finally their comp with the single target damage pays off, and it means that they can get a breather here and maybe can get the dagger pick also. Nice engage by Diablo, and Phoenix is gonna finish on the kill.
There we go. Fantastic body blocking. Salvation doesn't quite connect here, or Purification Salvo. Oh, but Mephisto over the wall with the cheeky kill. Gets that level 20 silence, and the damage is insane. Tyrande has to be so careful here. As he just keeps looking.
Insane 1v5 by Phoenix, getting 1 kill, almost getting the Tyrande also. I mean, what a play there. With the low 20 ultimate, actually, with the silence, I mean, it was really effective there. Getting Fat Nova back into the game. And now those Burgers are going to be on the back foot again for a little while, giving the healing cam, having to give the healing cam because of the Phoenix death. Actually,
I mean,
it's a 1-for-1.
It's a 1-for-1.
Yeah.
They don't have a healer. I would say it's definitely the Burgers that have the upper hand here, having a healer available, while the other side doesn't. Now, Journeys of Hatred is already up again, and that is something that they have to be careful about. So the one thing that Tyrande has to do, she has to stay far, super far back, so she doesn't get hit by it, and she can cleanse people with that Celestial Attunement on level 16.
Yeah, absolutely. But it's also tricky for the Tyrande, isn't it? Because she has to auto-attack to sustain her team. And if she has to auto-attack, then she kind of has to walk up a little bit more. So then either the sustain is compromised or the cleansing possibilities.
Just stutter step 5-head.
Easy.
All right, level 20 just around the corner. Deckard is here. He has joined the team once again. As we're seeing that Fat Nova wants to go for this keep. Diablo stepping up a little bit, pushes the catapult into the keep to have it clear out very fast. So the thing is, level 20 is here. And those Burgers can get a lot of XP very safely here as all the lanes are pushed in. Healing camp is not being taken, and very important here, the owl did not show where the red team was hiding. With the black arrows available, they are now going around the back, looping around, and they're going to go and take this second keep of the blue team.
Yeah, really nice play by the side of Fat Nova, just hoping that they're on that, but the counter engage here, Sylvanas is gone. Is there gonna be a kill?
Oh, the damage on Tabusa is insane. The wailing arrow comes out. There's the Sailor and listen once again. The first one to go there is Urel. As Vala gets body blocked around, is the only one to stay alive. Did position safe enough, didn't get hit by anything, but also didn't get the space to put out a lot of healing. And that means that her allies still fall. Diablo's souls got reset, so he's available. Can maybe look for something, but he needs to be supported. And that is not really happening right now as he gets the Hellgate, but it doesn't connect to anything. And GG is being called, and I think it's safe to say that it is indeed GG, as Fat Nova takes our first game.
Yeah, really clean display here, but Fire Nova just wrecking those burgers with the counter engage, with the Decker silence. And I mean, they're in a super good position right now. I mean, the first game, really confident display here. And yeah, those burgers will be wondering what happened. Maybe they have to change something up a little bit. But yeah, let's see how they get on with it in game number 2.
Yeah, luckily this is the best out of 5, and it means that in no way, Jose, this series is over yet. Let's get Samu back.
In the GG Fat Nova, they're having a really strong game. As you mentioned, the Mephisto just doing work on this map.
Yeah, absolutely. And the level 20 proved to be so powerful. What's your main takeaways here from this game, Samu?
I feel like those burgers have to get themselves a clear draft and the clear goal of the draft. I feel like they were not really decisive or didn't really know what they want to do with the draft. And therefore they had a little bit of chaos on how to win those fights. Meanwhile, nobody was like, hey, we press R, you're all stunned, you're or sleeping or silenced or rooted, and we just press buttons to kill you. So I feel like the draft from Fat Nova was easier and was just more straightforward compared to the draft of those burgers. And therefore would love to see those burgers get such a more forward draft themselves for the next game.
Yeah, I have to agree with you on that. Everyone on the side of Fat Nova had CC. On the other hand, we only had Tyrande, Diablo, and Walt Fala with CC. Yeah.
Like I feel like if you get Jaina or Liming or something instead of the Phoenix as a last pick, you can definitely try and one-shot people. But with the Phoenix, you're more around those. Phoenix is good in two ways. Either you kill everything with your ultimate, or you just win or wreck a 1v1 matchup on the lane. But they didn't either,
exactly.
so.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, this draft from the side of those burgers, I'd love to see it in a rotation map, like for example, Dragonstone, where they can get like 1v1s or 2v2s, just a single target brawls where Phoenix can be really effective. But in this 5v5 team fights that we've been seeing all game, I mean, the Mephisto was just too dominant for those burgers to deal with.
In the talking about the next map, we already got the choice from the teams.
Yeah, we are going to Inferno Shrines.
Yes, indeed. Those burgers decided to go for the first pick, rather focusing on that one than the map pick. We saw a lot of map picks coming out from the teams. This time we do see immediately a first pick. And Fat Nova deciding to bring us towards Inferno Shrine. So after the pretty end of 218 main map for competitive Volskaya, going to the Heroes Launch long time favorite Inferno Shrines is again a very, very standard map. Not too much shenanigans people do on this map usually. You can still do fun juice pirates and stuff, but it is still the first Punisher can get a lot of value if left alone. So you don't usually want to throw too much early on.
Yeah, or if you have a lot of very strong early game siege heroes.
Absolutely.
But we'll see.
Also really important. Yeah, sorry.
Just one thing a lot of people like on Inferno Shrine is drafting for Shrine Clear. A la Alexstrasza with the Dragon Form, Tychus Odin, Mouthful, Kerrigan, Hogga spinning around. So there's a lot of heroes which are great around those shrines, and a lot of people try to play around it.
Yeah, for sure. That's the main point here in Shrines, getting the minions faster than the other team does. And it's interesting for me if the hack is going to be priority here, because he's really good as a global and overall in the game, but maybe we see some prior shifted to just bruisers that can get more advantage with the Shrine Clear here, and just are super dominant here on the point, like Hogger, for example, just spinning around.
Yeah. That is true. I mean, we'll see. What about Vikings, guys?
Ooh, that's a spicy pick.
I don't like it too much on this map.
No?
It is better on our maps. The issue with Vikings. The issue with Vikings on this map is that there are quite a lot of camps. Vikings sort of suck at defending those camps. The Khazras and the Bruiser camp especially do push in quite nicely. And then we also have the issue of the lanes, mid and bot lane, being very close together. So if you want to have a 4-man, the dominant one, you would have it on the top lane. So I'm not sure. I don't like it too much, because then the opponents could easily have someone double soak mid and bottom. So.
Could also see Cho'Gall.
Yeah, I mean, hopefully.
Arguably, this is his best map, I think.
With
True.
Cho'Gall, you can also look at Vikings again, because, you know, Cho'Gall, you have one less body, and with Vikings,
True.
you make up for that.
True. As we see the Stukov getting removed again, I'm wondering if we're going to see the Leoric. Now, Leoric also really, really good on this map, I think. Gonna see Junkrat removed. Okay.
Yeah, especially Leoric got a big buff with the recent changes to the level 4 Q, where you also get now the reduced cooldown on your Q when hitting those shrine minions.
Mm.
Yeah, I mean, Leoric wave clear on Shrine is just insane,
Yeah.
and we see him
Leoric
getting
OP.
banned again. Yeah, officially confirmed. And yet, teams decided to stick with the same bans that they went for last time, I think, because Junkrat was also banned on the side of Fatma. And yeah, it's going to be interesting what they prioritize here. I mean, Mephisto again on Shrines is a real powerhouse. So, I mean, honestly, I think if Fatma would go for the exact same draft, I think they would be still really good here. So let's see if they decide to do that. For now, they ban Garish again. And
Yeah,
the
they
bans
don't
are
want to
exactly
see
the
that
same.
Gauche.
So
Maybe here we can see an Anduin coming out. I mean, it's one of those burgers. It is their most picked hero, I believe. Actually,
yeah, they've been playing a lot of Anduin, Brighton, and Tyrande. Like, these three healers are their main, right? Like, they play a lot of games on those. They swap around on other stuff, but yeah, Anduin, Tyrande, and Brighton are staples in their composition normally. So yeah, maybe we'll see that. And they decide to go for the Haka first pick, actually.
I like that. I think the Haka is very strong here. Now we haven't seen Brightwing. We actually didn't see Brightwing last game, even though she's very strong on Volskaya as well. But on Infernal, I think she is even stronger, arguably.
Ooh. And here we see the Uther Valacom, so pretty likely that it's going to be a double support Valacom. And yeah, I mean, Fatnova getting their Vala, so they're glad of that. You know, 17 games now with this one in the season played with Vala. So yeah, I mean, now it's on the side of the Spurs. Like, how are they going to deal with the Vala? They decide to go with Joe and
Hanzo. Hanzo, of course, is really safe into these two. Uther has no way, really, of getting to him alive when it comes to these two frontliners that have been selected already. If Uther gets to Hanzo alive, and he gets to stun him, there's two things that could have gone wrong. One, Hanzo is grossly out of position and should therefore be punished and killed. Two, the front line on the side of those burgers is asleep.
Yeah, for sure.
That's the only two reasons I see.
Yeah. I mean, Hans is really good into Vala, I would say, because he can just outrange her really, really well. Because he can just like get damage on her without being in range for the Vala damage. And maybe that's the play there. Fatnova here, banning the Tychus. And yeah, we see those burgers with the Mephisto ban. Yeah, definitely.
I mean, that's definitely deserved ban.
Indeed, Mephisto doing great work, especially now with Johanna in this draft already for those burgers, like pulling them together when Mephisto throws the root in. Or, no, sorry, on the other side, the UFO could give just the Divine Shield to him, or maybe set up with Divine Storm, potentially.
Potentially set up with Divine Storm.
We see Sonya and Anduin pick on the side of those burgers. I mean, and we definitely are going to see a double support here with Anduin and Uther, so it's Uther main tank. And yeah, I mean, Sonya really powerful here. If she goes Wrath, she can just run at them with Divine Shield, and that's really powerful also. And they still have a last flex pick, which can be whatever, basically.
And there we go with the Brightwing for Joy, and she's paired up with the Orphea on the side of those burgers.
Oh, and then the Kerrigan. Alright, so we're gonna see a Light Bomb. We can be seeing Sonya leap with Light Bomb. We can see Kerrigan with Light Bomb. We can see Uther with Light Bomb, and then he presses Divine Storm after for the Giga Ultra Omega Stun. Yo, that's actually insane. Okay, guys, I just got a great idea. Listen here. Hear me out. Anduin presses the Light Bomb on Uther. Uther walks in. Light Bomb goes off, and he presses Divine Storm after. Then Sonya leaps on top of that, So we have another stun. And then Kerrigan lands a big ass combo. 5 people. Boom. I think they will be stunned for 10 seconds. Not even kidding.
Yeah, absolutely. And then Vala also can go for the stun combo. But on the other side, I mean,
No.
Johanna-
Vala is just strafing around that the
Okay,
whole
okay,
time.
okay. I see.
For
watching.
the aesthetic value, you know.
So, Samu, who do you think has the upper hand here?
I feel like Fat Nova has a great combo again with their fights for just stunning all the opponents. But on the other side, those burgers, they have Johanna, and Falling Sword has been really mean recently, especially with level 20 upgrade. But we are about to go into the game, so go and take it away.
And that we shall. All right. As I will start with my Wombo Combo Dream Team over here in right. They are currently 1 game up. It's Fat Nova with Andrit being played by Wusa, Galgar playing Uther, Silen Fresa on the Kerrigan, B-Boss on the Sonya, and Antorigi on the Vala. Fat Nova for you.
And on the left side, we have Vision on Johanna with a huge default mount, I love to see. Boris Bennett on the Orphea, Disconnect on the Brightwing, Clive on the Haka, and Voice on the Hanzo. That's gonna be those burgers. I mean, I'm trying to get the games back, 1-0. They have to show that they are coming here to play. And yeah, let's see how they do here in the first wave.
Yeah, we are going to see, as you see, the Creed of the Hunter being picked up here by Vala. And I think with the double support, that is great, as we see a gigantic combo to start off this match here from the Kerrigan.
Yeah, Selen Fresa coming in, swinging, getting the first blood here on the Hanzo.
I just want to add that Kerrigan did not show up as a pocket pick for this team on the spreadsheet, and I want to just give that as feedback to Hero Sound.
Yeah, I think they should know that, because I mean, with this combo, it's definitely a huge pick for them. And yeah, let's see if that works out. I mean, on the side of those burgers, they just have to wait for level 10 Falling Sword. Otherwise, like early game, they can be really vulnerable to just like this time combos. And yes, we've seen in the level 1 fight, Fat Nova getting away with it for now.
Yeah, they are. I mean, it definitely requires different type of positioning on the side of B burgers, DOS burgers, excuse me, to deal with this Kerrigan, and then Disco Neck has to be incredibly on point with landing the Qs so that he gets a lot of healing off on the friendly team. But also, being able to keep Kerrigan under control the whole time, the polymorph is just a great tool to have there.
Yeah, absolutely. Also, let's see if the Guardian skills the level 4 and 7D, because that's going to be provide a lot of healing and a lot of cleanses to the stands that Fat Nova are going to have. So, I mean, the side of those burgers do have a lot of tools to deal with the stands. So let's see if those are enough, ultimately. And we see a nice trap here by the side of Fat Nova, but being scouted.
No, they're going to go... The Brightwing picked Unstable Anomaly, but also want to just point out that Hanzo has picked up Ignore All Distractions, which is basically that he one-shots a minion.
Yeah, interesting pick there by Hanzo. He's been picking that in the semifinals too, if I remember correctly. So it's a standard for him, but it's interesting for me because like they don't really have that much shrine clear, and the Q explosion would be really important for
would have been really
those
good.
minions. Yeah.
Exactly. Also doing that from a very far range is just very nice to have. As we see Clive playing around with B-Boss a little bit, and B-Boss gladly took that bait, gave the blue team some time to rotate up, but sadly no real gank was to be made here. As now both teams are almost in position for the Shrine. Kerrigan still picking up some Q stacks here and there.
Yeah, I like it a lot by side of Fat Nova again. The Kerrigan to get her level 4 Q stacks, yeah. And I mean, they're gonna get level 7, and when they get level 7, they can pretty well engage and just fight there. And gain already a level advantage at this point, which is pretty huge.
Yeah, that it is. As we now have the Boundless Fury for the Kerrigan. Battle Rage, actually, for Sonya. And the rest is still holding their level 7, so we're not sure what's going to happen here.
Yeah. So do you think Sonya's going to go Wrath or she's going to go Blip? What's your prediction?
I mean, you know what I want.
Okay.
And that's also what I'm gonna stick with. I think it's gonna be a leap.
Okay.
I want it to be a leap, okay? I mean, I don't know why Vala is holding. I mean, Hot Pursuit is like the level 7 that you have to take here.
Huh. And Uther actually, with Guardian of Ancient Kings instead of the clans. That's something you don't really see that much.
Yeah, I mean, they don't have the most oppressive of CCs in... Like, the thing is that the only thing that is really, really dangerous to their team is drag. And that is only if somebody is isolated and then gets hit by the drag. But I think otherwise, with the double support, they don't really have to fear, like, Condemn, Blessed Shield. Like, they will be able to sustain through that, I think. With
Yeah,
their
yes, I
protocol.
mean, they do also have the Undoing D, right? So they have an extra safety layer there, so they should be fine in terms of that. But yeah, we see a first objective taken by the side of Fatno with their good first rotation and soaking by Kerrigan. But we see Sonya being collapsed on, and is it going to be enough? I mean, huge stand by the side of the Haka, but again, the Anduin and Luther just provide too much safety for the side of Fatno.
Yeah, it almost looked like a good pick, but not quite. I mean, it was one that was a little bit needed here for those burgers. And if not, just to get that XP, it's just for themselves, you know, to feel that they are still in this game, you know. They almost got a very nice comeback last game, and now they're just looking, and they're not really finding anything.
Yeah,
When it comes to team fights.
Yeah. I just think it's really hard for them having that Johanna. They basically have no engage, right? So their only bet this game, I think, is just wait and try to survive the engage with Fat Nova and try to get some counterplay here with the Falling Sword.
Oh, we see the lick though.
Yep.
Yeah, the licks are good, but there is just not really a lot of follow-up there. Orphea not quite in position to follow up in time. I mean, I think Blessed Shield is going to be big for them at level 10. But they need to get there first. And again, the lick just hit. Look at that. That was a maximum range to drag Sonya in. And there's the leap. There's the follow. And there's the light bomb. Woohoo! We're doing it, baby. Oh, never mind. No, we picked Divine Shield. I'm disappointed. I'm actually disappointed now.
It's okay. I mean, they did pick lead, you know, so that's something for you.
Yeah, no, I'm disappointed.
Actually. Well, now those burgers are gonna win this one, I guess, if no Divine Star. So you've heard it here first.
Yeah, you've heard it here first. We've actually gone for Falling Sword and Dragon Strike. We are not picking any CC this game.
Yeah, I mean, as I said, they want to just strive to survive that. And, like, if they do, they actually have a decent chance of winning. I mean,
honestly though, I have to give it Dragon Strike in the late game with that level 20 upgrade. It's gonna and all that like ridiculous cooldown reduction. It's gonna get a lot of value. Definitely in the clutch, like in these clutch terrains that Infernal Shrines just has. Into this like almost full melee comp, I think. Yeah, Dragon Strike can have value.
Yeah, for sure. I like it. I mean, we see some Dragons reaction actually in CCL also, for example, with Mandara picking. And they do scale really well into low 20 with Falling Sword. Isolation is also huge for low 20, and Invisible Friends should be really good. So I mean, if they survive at a decent point with decent structures at that point, those burgers are really in the game.
Well, Kerrigan a little bit isolated here. Maybe the Haka finds a tongue. No, he's not looking for it.
So actually, it's interesting for me that they picked the Crashing Jaws for Orphea, right? Ooh,
well, I mean, it's doing a lot, but then the Divine Shield comes out and a double leap onto the backline. The light bomb comes out. It hits only Johanna, but it's enough for Vala to get the space to kill Orphea in the backline. Everyone is falling really low on the side of the blue team. The Haka is the only one left standing. He gets to scoot out. Oh, but now, maybe?
Ooh, nice pull.
Very nice pull. Very nice pull. We still have the Bruiser Camp on top pushing for that fort, which is now half HP.
Yeah, so the top fort is almost gonna die. Maybe it even dies. And yeah, I would see a second Predator in a row for the side of Fat Nova. And they just like were so dominant this fight. I feel like even though they like didn't hit everything and Orphea got a nice crushing jaws, it wasn't enough ultimately, and they just ran through the side of those burgers without really any problems. I feel like.
Yeah, and that's now I see the value here with the Divine Shield, because of course that's what kept Kerrigan alive ultimately, and then Kerrigan going in by herself, of course, with not an actual tank to back her up, is a little bit vulnerable. So I think the Divine Shield, I swallow my pride here, and I will say it was a good pick, even though it ruins my wombo combo. Nice dodge here with the Chrysalis on the Crushing Jaws.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, Divine Shield has the potential to like save so much, and I mean maybe we will see the area of effect Divine Shield. You know, that could be spicy.
Oh, yes.
At level 20, they just ran down at everybody.
I mean,
yeah.
I'm down for that. All right, next thing to hope for is that.
Let's go. I mean, also, actually, okay, hear me out. Sonya, Leap, Crater, they just are inside everybody, and then they just leave and Divine Shield into that. I think that's the play for the side of Fatma here.
Yeah, okay.
The Crater Divine Shield.
I can see that. I can see that.
But yeah, I mean, Milo actually hands with only 3 redemption stacks for now. That's unfortunate, I would say. You would like to have like a 12 normally to dish out consistent damage, but like, it's hard for him because he can't really step up and damage consistently.
Yeah, that's why I think Redemption really wasn't the play at level 1, not into a team with this much CC. The Falling Sword comes out. Kerrigan is a little bit Kerrigan is zoned out here, but we're so focused on the isolated Uther that now Kerrigan gets to find a re-engage here. There is the Leap, there is the Divine Shield alongside with the Maelstrom. The Haka has to burrow down, tries to get into the bush, pick up that movement speed, but is going to ultimately fall here.
Yeah. I mean, once again, like, it's a nice aggressive child by the side of those burgers, but it's not enough. The double support just, like, doesn't let anybody to die, and somebody eventually just falls for the side of those burgers.
Yeah,
and
exactly.
now Fatnova can play for the bot ward. I mean, they no, okay, they don't get it because Sonya stopped. So it's a 4v4 right here. And they decide to just leave, get 16, and play for another night. Oh, the hack is dead. Sonya getting the level 16. So now, actually, Fatma could try to play for the bot fort, the only one left standing. But I mean, the next objective is going to be top, so it doesn't really matter that much. But might as well take it if you can.
Yeah, I mean, Johanna is there now. They were looking for that little, like, sneaky bush again, try and find the Korean bush meta engage. But nobody really showing up, and they saw that everybody was showing on the map on top. I mean, they're keeping really nice control over the map so far.
Yeah.
The Haka is warding in the bush, and still no level 16. They're getting engaged on here. Nice. Oh my god, but no, it's the Brightwing that she finds. Brightwing has to go into the back line as we see the Chrysalis coming out from Kerrigan, as Brightwing is the first one to go, and the rest will probably very soon follow suit, as Johanna is the next one, as we are looking for the resets on the queues for Kerrigan, and she gets them. Yes, she does, as it's 4 kills for Fat Nova.
And it actually was a 4v5 for the side of Fat Nova. Sonya was all that time doing the objective. So really unfortunate for the side of those warriors, and Han's ultimate actually almost getting like huge damage. Uther almost died, had to so far. But ultimately the Kerrigan damage with the Divine Shield is just like too strong, and there's nothing Hans and Orphea can do about it. There's just
exactly.
enough pressure on her.
Exactly, and I think that's maybe like Dragon Arrow would have been good if it's just a peel for yourself.
Maybe.
Or like have a little bit of a wombo combo, you know? Like you see the falling short hit, and then you have crushing jaws, wailing, and then like the arrow, dragon arrow.
Yeah,
lots of arrows.
On the other side, like they still have double deal from Ando, and they have Divine Shield from Uther, so they still have saves, right? So it's hard.
It is hard. It's hard, definitely. You need to perfectly chain it on, I think, on Uther, to be honest. And then maybe, but you know, then it's still a maybe.
Yeah, and like even Uther, like if he dies, like they're fine. They still win the fight honestly afterwards. So like they have to get like 2-3 people in it for it to be like relatively worth. And we see them trying to get the meat camp, the side of those burgers, but they decide not to, just to run away and try to defend the objective. But like actually, Fat Nova can just wait level 20 honestly, and it looks like maybe they're doing that. No, okay, they got the camp. And they are gonna get the third objective in a row, which will potentially get the keep here. I mean, are you scared of ending?
I mean, they're sitting on even talent tiers here, so they don't have to be. They are doing all these sneaky bushes. I really like that.
You know,
It shows really good communication and discipline that you do that.
They're doing team building there, you know? Well, talking, planning.
The team building exercise in the bush.
Yeah.
Trust fall and stuff like that.
But we see the objective pushing, the walls are already down, and the Fat Nova are pressuring for the keep. We see aggression Jaws, which misses unfortunately, and the objective is still half HP. So the keep is gonna fall here, and it looks like they're gonna go for Sonya Leaps.
4-man leap, but there is no follow-up. I mean, if we pressed, I think if you pressed Light Bomb on Sonya there, I think Hanzo would have died.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, if Kerrigan engages, they're all that. But they decide to be safe. You know, they're in a good position. Just get low 20 and then just win, which is smart.
It is. It's a smart thing to do. Level 20 is only a breath away. There it is. So what are we having? What are we having? We are having the Crater, the Farflight Quiver, the upgraded Light Bomb with Inner Fire, and we have Redemption, sadly not the ultimate Giga Divine Storm, but maybe we can see B-Boss fall here, so we see the poly, and it's going to be enough. It's the first kill. The first beginning of the turn. No. The first beginning of maybe the end. I think it's the end.
It was the first kill, but maybe it was also the last kill of this game. I mean, actually, Dustberg is looking for an engage here into level 20. I don't know if that was the play, honestly, here. They just ran at them. They actually got the Sonya, because Sonya was out of position because of the Hanzo ultimate, but it was just not enough. Like, Kerrigan was just doing so much work, and she gets the Haga here. And yeah, it looks like it's gonna be GG, or not, maybe not.
Death timers are dead for 20 seconds. They can get this keep. I mean, I feel like honestly they could have skipped this keep and just went for 4. But they're getting this keep. Max XP, yes, exactly. But now they're on the core, and now it's like honestly, if it's just Fala who can stand here and not even get hit by the core mechanics while the minions are coming in.
Yeah, it's hard.
Then it's going to be GG.
Johanna is Falling Sword. Hanzo is to ultimate, but the core is at 57%, 53 now. Kerrigan is getting it. And they can just slow sieges, and they should get 38%.
Yeah, I mean, Kerrigan is just deleting Hanzo. And it's 30%. I think this is going to be GG either way.
And Kata stops are actually hitting it also.
Oh, what a beautiful light bomb timing. Yeah, very nicely timed by the Kerrigan. And that's going to be GG. That's our second game of the series. A 2-0 lead for Fat Nova.
I mean, honestly, really solid display. 17-1 kills for the side of Fat Nova. Just dropping the Sonya at the last minute, you know. Didn't want to make it too oppressive. And they had at a Tuesday, one game away from the medals, you know, from the silverware. And Fat Nova with a really impressive display here with double support. Kerrigan, Sonya Val. Very nice. Samu?
In the GG Fat Nova 2-0 in the lead now, and yeah, I feel like it just keeps on being the same with the draft really favoring Fat Nova. This time they just went for that we kill you again, and those players they drafted against it, they drafted around it with the Janna, with the Brightwing, but it was just not enough as those came on too late in the game. So yeah, it's looking rough for DOS Burgers at the moment, but the question is, will it be a 3-0 or not?
I believe in a reverse sweep. It's possible.
The stage is set, you know, you gotta make it exciting. If you go 1-0, 1-1, you know, it's not interesting. People wanna see a 3-2 reverse sweep. That's what we're here for. I mean, they can still do it, you know.
Exactly. And I mean, I hope the main thing that I just want to give away to the Dosburgers is like the decision making of like how do you build your heroes? How do you like to counter, maybe not to play optimally to your strength, but it's sometimes also worth to counter the enemy. And I think that's something that definitely in this game could have been done better.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, also like someone was talking before about ease of execution. I think again, this game, those burgers draft was just harder because they have to counter engage, just have to like make sure they don't die, and then do something afterwards, right? And the side of the Fatma can just run it down basically at them, right? And they have 2 healers, they have Gary, and they can just like run it down, and they will get something eventually, and that's what happened.
Yeah. But what you can do then is what you see the red team doing is constantly looking for picks. They're, even though they are stronger in the full-on 5v5 because they have a double support, they are looking for the solo picks. And I think that if Johanna would have gone for Blessed Shield, they could have done the same. Or even if Hanzo had picked Wailing Arrow, you know, like if the Haka finds a lick on top and he just lacks a little bit of damage, we can shoot a Dragon's Arrow towards the top lane and maybe get a kill onto Sonya with Brightwing teleporting there as well. Like you have all these options, you know, you're never completely, that's the beauty of Heroes of the Storm, is that you've never completely lost the draft. There's always options. Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
Talking about draft, let's have a look at the map draft.
Ooh.
As
yes,
we have Dos Burgers deciding to go with the first pick again. So we do see Fat Nova choosing the map for the 3rd time in the row, and they will bring us towards a very cold one. Ultra Pass it is. So we started out cold and we might end cold.
It's kind of how Sweden is looking right now.
I wish it was
not even lying.
Do you have snow? I want snow. Here in Spain, we don't have snow.
I hate snow. I absolutely hate snow.
Austria is also pretty snowy at the moment, I can tell.
Yep.
So
nice.
Relatable.
At least we have the Ultrax snow, I guess. That's gonna have to work for me for a while. But yeah, we have the teams coming in. And Ultra, what can we expect here? What do you want to see here? Tell me, Jay.
It's very cold, so we should see Vikings because they.
Yeah, it's cold. We need heroes that can handle that. So maybe like a Mei, or what else is like who else wears like a lot of clothes?
Jaina. I mean,
Jaina.
actually, if we were wearing clothes, I mean, Katie, you know, you want to have some fire here. Definitely also
Yeah,
goes to fire.
Ragnaros to warm everything up.
True. So, I mean,
Maybe an Alex. I actually think Alex Strasser is very good on this map. But what I would really like to see is Tyrande, and this time with Owl build, because I think it will be very, very good and provide a lot of value on this map.
I agree also, one big thing of Tyrande on this map is the stalling of the objective, and this is another big point of Ultra Pass, because especially one point, when it's on the top side and you're playing on the left, you can stall for ages. If you have a Junkrat or something, a Liming, those poke heroes, long-range poke heroes, can be really annoying if your opponent is just not able to capture it. And then you can do other things on the map. For example, have a Haka on the bottom side of the map, it just soak you a 2-level advantage in the meantime.
Yeah, I mean, that's the thing. We have seen Junkrat being banned every game, but I think we might see it going through for one of the teams.
I don't think so. I mean, they've banned Junkrat both games when, like, on trying. I mean, it's just
don't
always.
You think they're gonna try to ban Vala this time? Maybe.
Okay, yeah. I mean, I guess they could ban Vala.
I don't know. Like, I would also still ban the Junkrat 100%, but I would also ban the Vala. I would probably get rid of the Gaush ban and be like, let him have Gaush. We can counter it, or like there's so much good stuff in the game. So yeah, we shall see.
Yeah, I mean, they do stick with the Gaush ban, even though they don't really play that much. Maybe it's something that they just don't like, right? I feel that it counters them, that they just don't want to go away. And maybe it's just like a team thing, right? Because like my team, for example, we just banned Tanduin because we didn't want any fools. So maybe it's a Fat Noah specific thing. They just don't want to see it at all. And I mean, they were comfortable giving away the battle in the first game, and yeah, that was a clean win for them. So maybe they just decided to just give it away again.
Yeah, that is true.
And actually, on the second game, those burgers also picked the Haka first pick instead of the Vala. So it doesn't look like they prayed that much. And especially this game, with a huge map when the Haka can get a lot of value, maybe they just decide to not pick Vala again and give it away, actually. So,
Do we have a different player on the side of the burgers?
I don't think so.
I'm pretty sure that we had voice on damage for the first 2 games. And now we have
actually, yeah.
Moniart in the lobby. So I think we have a different player.
True. Alright.
True. Okay.
So the draft is starting here in the third game. Ultra Pass, maybe the final one.
Maybe. But maybe we'll see Vikings this time. Like Samu wanted. Or the Haka. Like Samu wanted.
What else do you want, Samu? Any other wishes?
Or Tyrande.
Like Troy
Samu
wants.
I want to see the
Alright.
Shankar ban.
Yeah.
No thoughts
obviously.
about it.
Yeah, nothing to add. Stukov also just really strong on this map. Strong on every map, but definitely also on this one.
Good. Maybe we see the same drafts bans again. Oh, we see an Anduin ban.
Anduin ban. Okay, so the Leoric is open.
Yeah.
That's all we know for now.
Is it gonna be first pick? Let's see. I mean, honestly, it's not bad. I like
That would be quite funny, right? Like finally the OTP Leoric on the side of Fat Nova gets to play Leoric.
Yeah. I mean, actually, I was casting the semifinal with those burgers, and they did pick Leoric first pick once or twice, actually. So it was
Well,
pretty.
they are sticking with their Garrosh ban.
Yeah.
Vala is open. Are they going to pick it?
Or Leoric.
Or the
Leoric is
Haka.
open.
Or Leoric? Or the Haka? I mean, I would pick the Haka.
Brightwing
Yeah,
is
same
also
honestly.
up, but the teams have not really put a lot of focus on her so far.
No, I think that the Haka first pick is a good idea. Or maybe even something beefy like a Rexar. We're picking up the Haka. Oh, the Haka. Yeah, that's the Haka, right?
Ooh.
There is
We're
the
picking
Haka.
up the Brightwing, and the answer is false at the Haka. Yikes.
Yeah.
Did anyone ask
I
for
mean-
globals? We've got 3 of them.
Yeah, I think this is what's available now.
Stage
Deathwing is
dive?
probably like the last one, right?
Stage
Here we
dive,
are.
etc.
ETC. Yes,
ETC.
please.
Flight,
But that's
Oriel,
ultimate. That's ultimates and level 20 talents.
Abathur.
Come on, I think Deathwing can be counted as a.
Yeah, definitely.
And I would like to see Deathwing on this map.
Ooh.
I think it's good.
Icons and Urel coming in for those burgers.
Pretty solid.
Yeah, good
Also, like,
Super Stoker.
yeah. Also, something really important on this map is you need somebody to do the mid camp on cooldown. You need somebody that's gonna do it fast and is gonna do it quick and is gonna be able to carry it also. So that's really important here because the mid camp is really important because you wanna do it on cooldown. It does gives XP. It's really strong. I mean, almost as strong as a boss basically. So yeah, you need somebody in your team that's gonna be responsible for doing that. And the left side don't really have someone there yet for that purpose.
No, but I think, yeah, I was gonna say, I would definitely be up for seeing just a triple bruiser comp here with the Hogger and then maybe Rexar? Question mark? I mean, I think Rexar on this map is really good as well.
I mean, Rex in general is a pretty good hero.
Yeah, Rexar is, I mean, one of my favorite offlaners to play, if not my favorite.
The stun is not so obnoxious with the mission. I mean,
But I mean, I feel like we have to see the Leoric now that it's open. Why do they ban it all the
Actually.
time when it's open now?
Yeah. I mean, maybe Leoric main tank, it's here to stay, you know?
Hey, it works.
But yeah, we see a Diablo and a Lucio band on both sides, and we see a
Whoa.
Joe picked for the side.
And the
of-
Yeah, they're
Vala
gonna pick
again.
Leoric now. It has to be. They're picking Leoric. No,
Stitches?
that's not Leoric. Stitches.
Okay.
They need some burst. They need some
Yeah.
burst CC, I think. Like Kel'Thas?
Jaina.
Jaina?
Jaina.
Kel'Thas?
I like it.
Actually, Lunara is also decent.
Yeah, Lunar choking pollen. I'd be down for that. But
Okay,
they're gonna go for the troll.
Ooh,
I like the troll. I
That's
like
the
the
double
troll.
bruiser.
Yeah, I mean, I like it a lot. Let's see if they get the hooks, But on the other side, Falstad has a gas, Johanna has a falling sword. They do have some tools to survive if somebody gets scorched. The hack also has E, right? He just ease away.
Yeah,
Especially
we
at
just
16.
need a support now. And what is it gonna be? It's gonna be Deckard again. It's a bit boring, not gonna lie.
I mean, he's going to make people fall asleep, That's what it
That's
is.
his main objective of the game. Make people fall asleep. Take a teeny tiny sneaky nap yourself because you're an old man,
Yep.
Deckard
Alright.
has a really strong pick. Nova already showed a few games that they are very comfortable in him, and with Ancient Blessings on 13, he seems pretty decent into triple frontline.
Yeah, absolutely, definitely Falstad as a lineup. I think it's a solid pick. I mean, I'm just messing, saying like it's boring. I don't like Deckard to play because I think he's very boring to play. But he's definitely very good in this composition. That's why I'm gonna stick for Fat Nova. Sorry.
Yeah, I think I'm also going to go for Fat Nova. They have a really solid comp, like Johanna, the Haka is a really solid front line, followed by the Deckard with 2 globals here, which is really important, I feel like, and just the Vala comfort pick that they love a lot. I mean, I think they couldn't have wished for a better draft, honestly. Let's see if the Stitches can do something against it, because that's basically, I think, their only hope to get some hooks gorgeous and to get the picks going.
Well, Fat Nova has the hacker, so they got my vote. But let's jump into the game number 3.
All right, then one more time, I will announce Fat Nova for you, and then if we go to the next game, I'll announce the other team. How about that? Wusa this time once again on the Deckard. We have Salem Fessa not on Kerrigan but on the Haka. Galgar is playing Johanna, Bibos on the Falstad, and Antorigi once again on Vala. That is Big W build this time.
Ooh, interesting. And on the side of the Burgers, Monarch on Brightwing, Disconnect on Tychus, Sportsman on the Thrall, Vision on the Stitches, and Clive on the Erel. Yeah, let's see who gets ahead in this first brawl of the game.
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot to stack on the side of Fat Nova, so they definitely want to get a bit of brawling going. I mean, I understand the W pick up here for the Vala. It's a little bit safer than walking up and auto-attacking. The Haka looking for that sneaky lick, but not quite connecting anything. So we are seeing some movement towards lanes. And we see that the objective is already showing on the map, so we see that the Haka with the burrow is gonna go bot. Falstad's gonna go mid to find the lick, and they're looking to get Thrall, but Brightwing is going to come in with a very timely phase shift to make sure he's safe.
And that's, ladies and gentlemen, why you pick Brightwing. He can just save any misposition from the offlane. And yeah, now they're good. And both teams are gonna be looking to do the camp now. Tychus is coming in, and Vala on the other side, helped by the Deckard, are gonna go for the mid camp.
Yes.
Yeah. Both teams talking mid wall, and actually both teams with really nice solo laners, Falstad versus Cyril and Thrall versus the Haggard, like they're comfortable in the solo lane. And yeah, I mean, I like those picks because they can just do whatever, and yeah, they're pretty safe if they play it well. And Thrall just running away now.
Yeah. Really dashing out a lot of damage. Oh my goodness, that was like a maximum range lick, as we see. Thrall still very safe. Not really afraid of anything, knowing that the Brightwing Z was available and it was coming in very soon.
And actually, we have Johanna and Stitch as main tanks, right? So none of the team are gonna have like a really reliable engage to just like a solid CC comp, unless they go falling, unless they go shield.
Wow, the licks on this Haka have been very on point so far. Now Brightwing has to float away, a little bit out of position there, but it's still fine. Stitches with his, he's giving it his body, so he's creating some space for the team to disengage. And that's what I really hope to see now that they have the Stitches. I hope that they are just purely going to play on the picks here, because 5-5 this is really not a favorable matchup in the early game for the team in blue.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, it's again a kind of tricky draft because they're losing slowly to the globals, I feel like, and they can only engage with the hook basically, right? So they do have to be really on point with those hooks, I feel like.
And they have to look for the picks, and they do find the hook here, but the polymorph just wasn't there, which is really a shame. Vala gets the vault off and gets to go back and heal up.
Yeah.
And yeah, that's a bit of a shame.
Yeah, that's like if you take Brightwing with Stitches, you really have to be on point there to follow up, because otherwise people can just walk away. And actually, it's interesting to me that Brightwing picked the cooldown reduction low for instead of the slow, which I feel could have been really good here to secure the CC on the hook target.
The hook target, yeah, I have to agree with you on that one. We wanted to see this talent last game, and
Yeah.
and we had the other talent then, but yeah, it's okay. It's okay. Level 7 is here now for the blue team. They're slightly ahead. Camp is going to be picked up and secured level 7 for Fat Nova as well. So now the question is, what's going to happen? It's for everyone to play. The hook goes out, but there's nobody there.
Yeah. We see actually Fat Nova delaying the camp on purpose. I think maybe a little bit too late. Trying to mix it in the gates, but now they're going to lose the 4 because of that. And yeah, I mean, unlucky misplay by the side.
Oh, but again the hook on Vala. This time,
lucky.
Again a little bit late. The vault still went off before the polymorph. And the Haka actually getting the solo kill against Thrall.
Yeah, I mean, the Hacker doing some work. I assume he got another leak on the Thrall, and I mean, the Thrall really seems to be suffering here.
Yeah, as we have this momentum, the red team immediately moves up towards the objective, gets the channel through. Only 30 seconds for the first one, and it seems that the blue team is just going to give it up completely. Vision is going to be fishing here. But is he fishing for Vision or fishing for heroes? Let's find out. Gonna walk up, get a little E off. Wusa finds himself slow. The Haka coming in here from above. As no, actually, the root cancels the duck, but the objective goes through for the red team. Hook is a swing and a miss.
Not even using the Haka global, he could have just digged in and forced a 5v4. But they decided to stay there, so can save the global for later. And what do you think about the low 1 throw touch? I haven't seen it now, the Q. Do you think they want the sustain damage there, or do you think they preferred the green talent to just blow out the hooked target?
I think the green talent, yeah. That's what I would do, at least. Because that's what you want to, like, in the end, that is your game plan, right? It is, like, find a hook and kill that target. It's very straightforward.
Yep. Yeah, we see actually Fat Nova not getting a lot of this push. Midford was barely even dashed. They get the wall spot, and maybe the wall stop. But I mean, really clean defense by those burgers here, not even losing anybody. And I mean, they should be really happy with it.
Yeah. They're doing good in the defense. Level 10s are here for both of the teams. So we'll see what happens. Tychus is a little bit far out in the lane, has to be careful, but he knows, as he is positioning behind the minions now.
Yeah, he knows the limits. But yeah, it's not like the right side has any aggressive engage really, guys, because they just picked Falling Sword and Strafe also actually, so it's gonna be interesting. I mean, honestly, the sleep into Aghast could be really powerful for them, into Ice also. And then the Vala just strafing could be really powerful at level 20.
Yeah, I mean, we're going to see the first time they actually start using this, right?
Yep.
We shall see. We also have Sundering, actually. Maybe to cancel out that stay a while and listen, or to provide a little bit more of a peeling tool, as Stitches, of course, doesn't really have that. So I'm not against the Sunder.
Ooh. Okay, an unexpected father.
Okay, we see Odin being popped here on the bottom lane. Seems that the blue team has decided they want to get a fort of their own. And they really want to pressure for it. So now they pop Odin and they don't really do so much with it as disengaging, which is a shame. Because I think that Urel could have come bot in the same time as the Haka, not the Haka. Falstad could have gone, could have come. But now Falstad decided to stay, and he actually got more damage on the fort than... oh wow. That's a real shame. Falstad gets the fly off there. But now... Brightwing has to back off here. Are they going to find the Thrall? They're gonna pop the Sunder. Silence. And Lick come down. Gets cleansed by Brightwing. No silence actually. Isolation wasn't used just yet. As we see, the level 13 is gonna come in any moment now for Fat Nova, as they're immediately pulling the trigger here, starting up the boss. Falstad still being top. Doesn't have that flight available, but I don't think they need it. With Thrall being dead, this boss is as much as sealed for them. They are looking for a little bit to fish on this bird, but it's not gonna happen. Thrall is up, and he is on his way back towards the team as we see Johanna walking forward. A little bit. Vision is in the bush. Can maybe land a cheeky hook here. We have the hook range from level 13. Can he find Wuzair? The hook goes out, but it just doesn't connect.
Okay.
That is a shame, and welcome back.
Thanks. And yeah, we see Fat Nova here taking the objective. And yeah, actually it surprised me a lot when I saw it, but we have a Putrid Bile here by Stitches.
Yeah, Putrid Bile still... Oh, hooks get sidestepped here by the Haka. As we see the Putrid Bile, while we go in, the peel comes down near Johanna, gets knocked into the back line. There's a lot of ultis being used here, but none really hit to a certain effect as Clive jumps in, still has that Ardent Defender available as the Gust also gets used. They find a hook, but now Clive is so...
Anti-Roll Force. Roll was doing so much work in the backline, but it's not gonna be enough, and Tychus finishes off the Johanna on the other side. Ooh, and we see a hook on the Stitches. Is it gonna do something? No. The silence is there, but the Odin is just doing so much damage on everybody. And it's gonna be a 1-for-1 trade for both teams.
Yeah, I mean, I felt like everyone was just pressing buttons, but nothing was really happening here. Like, Kirel was doing a lot in the backline, but there was just nobody to follow her. I feel like it's Thrall who has to be with her. And just body the backline a little bit more. Bully them and be in Vala's face, be in Falstad's face. Make them use Gust to save themselves instead of setting up a big team fight for them.
Yeah, for sure. But I mean, now that they don't play reverse, like it's interesting for me how they actually want to win fights. Yeah, because just running at them with Tychus is not really what you want to do. You just want to get something delivered to your head and just press D on it, basically. Because you don't really have that much mobility. We see a hook almost getting the job. And yeah, those barriers actually 5-man pushing bot. Well, the Haka is getting the fort top.
Yeah, I mean, I think they have to just realize, okay, this fort's gonna be gone, the Gust comes out, Stitch is tanking this fort. But not much else is gonna come out from this. Like, they have to pull the trigger here. Hit a hook or go for the fort, because the Haka is not there. Vala is now also not there. So now, if anything, now is the time. And they're just gonna pop Odin again. Hopefully they'll use it a little bit more this time.
Yeah, but now they
for the fort mainly.
16. Alright. Ooh, hook almost hitting. But they don't have 16. Vala is coming. The Haka can also do. If Vala decides to collapse here, it's huge. Ooh.
Yeah, Urel has to find the disengage here, but has to pop that Ardent Defender really early. The Entomb, sorry. Sunder comes out. They find the hook though on Deckard. If they can get the kill here, that might be enough.
But instead,
no.
Thrall is running. Yeah, I mean, really nice rotation there by Fat Nova with the Haka dig. I could have liked it a little bit more aggressive, but he got the kill, so I'm happy. And yeah, it's gonna be 2 kills for the side of Fat Nova and an objective.
Yeah, I mean, the Haka got both the licks on the targets that were killed. I mean, he set that up by himself.
Yep, really nice clean play there by Selin Freza. And an objective is gonna fall for Fat Nova. I mean, maybe a kill is running here. At least the mid forward is gonna die for sure. But
Yeah.
let's see how well can the Spurgers defend this one.
I mean, what would you do if you were those burgers now? Like,
There's not much pray to all the gods that exists that a hook hits, and then you can get a kill from it. But then still, you don't have Gorge, right? So it's really tricky to get anything done at this game. You're just kind of at the mercy of Fatma already. And that's what's happening. I mean, they're getting the mid forward, Bot is pushing, Top is a little bit later. They see the Haka hook, but yep, he just is away.
and then they find another lick here, and the damage onto Clive is just insane as he just gets shredded.
Yeah. I mean, Clive just has to play as a solo frontline basically, and he's just getting punished for it because of it. The Haka just licks, and
Yeah, which I just don't understand, because they have the thrall as well. But now they find the hook here onto Vala. Can we find anything? The Sundering is there. Vala is falling low, but there is to stay a while and listen to make sure that she can retreat into safety. The lick is to follow up, and there is a kill onto thrall.
Again, even when they do get the hooks, there's just nothing to do there for the side of those Burgers. They can't get kills on the hooks.
I mean, I have to give it to Vision though. He's managed to hook Vala from within her team like 4 or 5 times,
Yeah,
which is
really
impressive.
nice. With the move speed, it's a tricky one. Almost getting Johanna also. But yeah, there's just not enough follow-up on the side of those Burgers with the Throw Root or the Brackwing Polymorph, so they just can't get the kill, even though the hook the best target possible, basically.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, and then I think Decker is possibly the better target.
Yeah, sure.
Since he has less mobility, and then, he can't really make sure that he gets to disengage. If Vala runs toward him and he presses stay while and listen like they just did, then that is of course the optimal situation.
Yeah, for sure.
But yeah, boss gets taken.
They're gonna have low 20 and they can just run them. The Haka is spinning away. Is he gonna be fast enough? I don't think so. Hero also has a mount of her own. So they're just gonna pressure the boss keep with level 20. And we see the gas being taken, the Vala outstock range, Johanna Falling Sword, Isolation, and potions actually by Decker.
Yeah, and
not the
potion.
silence.
Bottomless flask. I mean, I like it. I don't think they don't need really the silence.
Do they need the potions?
No.
Wait. And Vicious Hit by Stitches, trying to capitalize if Fatnova were doing the camp, but they're just gonna defend the boss. I mean, actually, and maybe surviving the boss push, getting the keep alive. But Fatnova are going to go for the top boss and the objective at the same. Okay, no, they leave it. Never mind. They're just gonna go for the boss. I think they could have done both, honestly.
They
They can
could
be a
have.
little bit really there.
Like this is good though for this is good for those burgers. They get a little bit of time to push the lanes out a little bit more. They get to pick up their siege camp. They're not on the clock yet. And they can look for hooks, like from this position, which is good.
But on the other side, like even if they get 20, like they're 20, just owning is really important. I mean, I guess Invisible Friends. Well, okay,
And here
Johanna
they
gets
find
hooked,
Johanna.
but we pop the Putrid Vial, but it does nothing unfortunately. And a boss is pushing while the objective is being taken by Fatnova. Hey, it looks scary for the side of those burgers.
It definitely does. We have Brightwing in the bottom lane, wanting to pick up some more XP for the team, get the level 20 going. I mean, this boss is going to be defended. The main thing they're gonna lose is maybe the keep, but I don't think they will.
Yeah, but now this objective is really scary. If they don't get 20, like bots and top keeps are
They
as
just
good
have
as
to
that,
go.
basically.
They just
Yeah.
have to go, pull the trigger, get a Giga Sunder on the back line. That's what they need to do. They find Falstad here. Are they gonna use the wind tunnel? They're not! They find the kill! Ah! Oh no! It's 1 HP! Someone please! But the wind tunnel comes out to save him. The objective has been saved though. It's stalled. Astral is now in the back line. But he
was
also
so
gets back to
close.
safety. It was so close. But Johanna is
And
falling
Johanna's
very
falling
low.
Yeah, Decker is there.
And
But
there we go
actually-
with the bottomless flasks. Johanna gets to
Yeah.
walk around.
But top keep is falling at the same time, so that's unfortunate. I mean, still, I think the left side have to go for it and just try to force a fight. And they
Yes,
get
but I
the
think
Johanna,
here they get a
and
kill.
they blow her up. Finally, a kill on the hook. But the throw is cute. Is he gonna survive that? No! And they trade 1 for 1.
Oh, as the level 20s just came in, we see Urel jumping in. They have to. She's right. They have to do something, but they're gonna get all blown up. And I think that they just put the nail in their own coffin with this.
Yeah. They get a Haka hook, but it's not enough. And maybe Stitches is gonna fall because of that, or Tychus. Okay, yeah, Stitches is gonna
They're
die.
leaving Stitches to die. Nothing
Hey.
else to do here as Decker is going for the final channel of that. 5 seconds left.
Dursburger's getting the initial kill, but then just overstaying a little bit and getting killed by the Haka. I mean, the Haka with the huge snakes all over the game.
As soon as that tongue hit, I feel like the Brightwing C was available and
True.
it could have come. Because I haven't seen it in a long time. So I was like, oh, I think it could have been saved. Crisis could have been averted, perhaps, but that's all in hindsight, you know. So
Yeah, for sure. And I mean, now with all the kills dead, objective being pulled, 4 people still dead for a little bit, it does look like it's gonna be a game 3 for the side of Fatma here.
yeah, I mean, we're looking to put a little bit of damage with the thrall on the back line, but the Haka is still here. Have to be careful there. The stay a while and listen hits. Decker is falling low, but so is the core. And that is, of course, the thing that will ultimately win you the game. And the core is falling. And I think we're going to call the GG here. Fat Nova winning the series with a very dominant 3-0.
Yeah, really good. I mean, I didn't expect it to be that one-sided, to be honest. But you have to give the pros what they're due. And I mean, Fatma with really a clean display all over the series. Yeah, I think, congratulations to them, honestly.
Yeah.
On a clean display, a 3-0, and the medals are coming home for them.
They are indeed.
In the GG to Fat Nova, who crowned themselves Division 5 champions of Season 16. Yeah, the Haka just too broke.
Yeah, the Haka broken. What can I say? All right. Yeah, very, very nice series overall. Wow, what a team, Fat Nova. So dominant again with the 11 versus 2 kills.
Yeah, I mean, for sure, 17-1, 11-2, that's impressive, honestly. And in a final, right, like, that's really spectacular for them. Really clean drafts, really solid drafts, and really nice play overall, you gotta say.
Definitely. Samu, do you have anything to add?
Indeed. Let's have a look if we can get one of the Fat Nova players, or maybe all of them, in for a winner's interview.
Ooh.
But yeah,
So chat, if you have any questions, chat, then drop them now so we can see them in time.
Indeed, those burgers, they fight it hard, but in the end it was just Fat Nova clenching out the win on all 3 maps, looking pretty much ahead in all 3 games. But I feel like it was just small things those burgers could have done better in the drafts to make sure they get the wins. Just those small things, but we shall see how it goes for them in the future. Maybe we see them next season again. Same goes for Fat Nova. Keep in mind, sign-ups for season 17 are open until the 19th of December. So if you want to sign up a team, !sign up if you want to have any infos on that.
Yes.
Alright.
For sure. I mean, you've got to give props to those brothers, right? Like, they got to the final also. It was unfortunate for them, but they did came from like a 7th place in the regular season to a final spot, you know, and that's really nice. Also, they did fall, but they gave their best. I mean, that's also a really nice accomplishment getting to the final, I think.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, by no means did they do a bad job. They still made it into the finals, and I mean, Fat Nova just came out on top, but hopefully we'll see them again next season.
Indeed, and now let's have them all dragged in for our winners interview.
Oh, there they are.
Hello there.
Hey ho.
Hello there.
Indeed. Welcome, Galga. Galga, Wuza, and Zelle. Sorry, Wuza and Zelle from Fat Nova, and also big welcome to fellow Mr. Chiefly. He will be here to give you also one word from the upper echelons, from the board of Heroes Lounge for winning the Division 6 finals.
All right, Philip, take it away, I'd say.
Oh, thank you for the kind introduction. Yeah, so big congratulations to you all, Fat Nova, for this pretty dominant win today. That was a very good performance, and yeah, with that you can now call yourselves the Season 16 Division 5 Cup winners. And of course, that's not that we recognize that with a nice honor, because we will contact you about some medals that you will receive for. As a nice token of appreciation for winning the Division 5. So, just keep in mind, we will send that to one of you, and then you can spread it around the team. But there will be a medal for everyone on the team. Even if there were maybe some subs, everyone can get one. So that is, what we offer you for that. But also, of course, we don't only want to recognize your win, but also those burgers. Like, they made it here also all the way to the finals, and it was they also put up a good performance. Sadly, they couldn't clinch out to win, but yeah, we saw nice finals today.
Yeah, thank you for that medal and casting this game.
It were fun games. Thank you very much.
Yeah.
All right, thank you, Philip, for the word. And yeah, now to you, Fat Nova, coming into this series. How did you feel? How did you go into looking at your opponents, into looking at the start of today?
We were fucking scared, of course, because they beat Jaina, they beat Unsophisticated, which we struggled against, so it was hard for us. So, with the mindset, I mean. So, yeah, it went better than we thought.
Yeah.
Yeah, we were so stressed out. After Thursday, we were sweating so hard.
Were there any picks in general that you were particularly stressed about? That was you were thinking like, oh god, we have to get rid of this. We saw a lot of garage bands that had like the casters a bit like, why the garage band?
we like to into garage. We donate a lot.
So do I. Don't worry about that.
So it was our comfort band, because the Dustburgers, they are like flexing a lot around with the team. They did even a player swap during the match. So yeah, we didn't know actually what to ban really. So
just a comfort ban. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it worked out in the end for you guys. I mean, and overall, I must say, like, really clean drafts with like good ideas on how to like execute, the globals on the last map. I mean, the Mephisto being absolutely dominant in the first one. I mean, it was disgusting, honestly. But here,
and the insane Kerrigan, don't forget it.
True. The Kerrigan was not so sad. I mean, overall, I think like really clean guess. I mean, what's the most scared map? Like, where were you the most scared? I guess. Like, what was the most challenging for you guys in the out of the 3 maps?
Out of the 3 maps?
Yeah.
Probably the last one.
Yeah, Wuza was sweating so hard. Even before riding, we want to go Alterac. He doesn't like that map.
Yeah.
And we know how Antori handled Zooks, so...
Yeah.
I mean, you did a pretty good job. Like, even like you got hooked a few times, but like I think you just died to it like once. I mean, nice stuff there. Also, like I want to shout out the Decker slips. You don't see Decker that much, honestly, these days. So the first and third games were a treat for me. But yeah, I mean, really nice play. And if anybody else has a question.
I think you passed it back to me there. Yeah, definitely a very nice place with the stay a while and listen. I think that's that it didn't only take care of disengages, it just set up so much, but also that the Haka was incredibly impressive in the last game.
Well, thank you.
Thank you.
Very, very, very well played. Was there ever a moment, because to us that you looked kind of always in control and knowing what to do, was there ever a moment that you recalled in the series that you were like, oh god, what do we do now?
Yeah. On Volskaya, where we got killed on the keep, I guess, 2 of us, and then I inted on the on the turret camp there. Yeah, that was a moment for me, but yeah.
But thankfully, B was with his insane
Yeah,
Mephisto got a kill.
Yeah, that was insane. Yeah.
All right. Do you guys have any shout outs that you want to make?
You
while you're on here?
also looked like you really play around those. We lock you down in big areas and we just kill you there with our buttons. Is this a general play style you have adapted over the season? Was it always like that, or just the finals?
We did it once or twice this season, I guess, but mostly we are not doing that this much, I would say. But yeah, we pulled it out today because we felt the Carrigan. Yeah, and that's why Zele was happy.
Oh yeah, I love Kerrigan.
Yeah.
Just slashing enemies, killing them left and right. I love it. With the divine shield on top, damn.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
Any shoutouts from you guys now?
Thanks to all our subs we had over the season. To mention Apfel and of course Gorio, and also Skat, I think. Also to Fu, who now joined the other team. But thanks for the games, guys. Yeah.
Yeah. Also, all the scrim buttons we have had during the season. Without them, we wouldn't be this good to win the finals. And I think we got a bit of a win streak going. I think that helped us a lot. And yeah, shout out to all the other teams in the Division 5 as well this season. They have been all great. Good games.
Okay. Thank you, guys.
Thank you for casting.
Yep.
Thank you, Fatnova, for this beautiful, beautiful interview. And yeah, with this, we are about to end the stream for now. It has been for the finals now for Division 5. Congrats again to Fatnova. Thanks for those burgers to playing. Joy Kate, is there any last words from you as you sadly have to go now?
I do sadly have to go. Thank you guys for having me. Thank you everyone for watching. Do keep watching because there is more coming. And if you want to see more of me, then you can head over to twitch.tv/IamJoyK because that's where you can find me.
Well, yeah, for me, thanks for having me. It was a really cool experience casting this. And yeah, thanks everybody for watching this huge Division 5 gameplay. Stick around because it's only going to be better. And I mean, if I have to give my shout out to me, I mean, sometimes I stream, guys, so you can check that out. But yeah, thanks for having me, Samu. Thanks for organizing everything. And see you in the Nexus, I guess.
Indeed. Thank you everybody for watching. Hope you stick around as we will soon have the Division 4 Cup Final 1 hour and a little bit more for that. So thank you everybody for staying around and see you later. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.